I used to think birthdays were supposed to feel magical. Like you wake up and suddenly everything makes sense. You suddenly become wiser, calmer, prettier, more successful, more sure of yourself. But turning 29 feels different. It feels quieter, like standing in front of a mirror and finally asking yourself, are you actually happy with the life you're living? And for the first time in a long time, I think I'm finally ready to answer honestly.
Hi. So, I'm turning 29. And honestly, I didn't know if I wanted to make this video. Because I've always been more comfortable being the strong version of myself. The composed one. The dependable one. The version people can be proud of. But lately, I've been realizing something. Sometimes when you spend so much time becoming who everyone expects you to be, you slowly lose the chance to ask yourself who you really are. And I don't think I noticed how tired I was until this year. Not physically tired, more like emotionally tired. Tired of always needing to have everything figured out. Tired of measuring my worth based on achievement. Tired of feeling like rest has to be earned. I think a lot of firstborn daughters understand this without anyone needing to explain it.
Growing up, I always wanted to do well. Not because someone forced me to, but because somewhere along the way, I learned that being good made life easier. Getting good grades, being responsible, being mature, being dependable. I became the kind of person who always tried to carry things well. And people praise you for that. They call you disciplined, strong, independent. But nobody really talks about what happens when you become so used to carrying things that you forget how to put them down. I think for a long time, I believed my value came from what I could give, how useful I was, how reliable I was, how much I could endure without complaining. And when you live like that for years, you become a stranger to your own
That's okay.
softness.
Videos te.
There were moments this year when I felt incredibly lost. Not dramatic movie type lost, just quietly lost. Like waking up and realizing your life looks okay from the outside, but inside, something feels disconnected. And the scary part is sometimes people only know the polished version of you, the capable version. So when you're struggling silently, you almost feel guilty for it. Because technically, your life is okay. But healing isn't always about surviving terrible things. Sometimes it's about finally admitting that you've been emotionally exhausted for years. I think I spent so much time trying to become someone admirable that I forgot to become someone I genuinely enjoy being alone with. And that realization hurt me a lot because I realized I was constantly chasing the next achievement, thinking it would finally make me feel enough. But enough is such a dangerous finish line because it keeps moving. But somewhere this year, something started changing. Very slowly. I started allowing myself to rest without explaining why. I started saying no without feeling guilty. I started choosing peace, even when it disappointed people. And maybe that sounds small, but for someone who built her identity around being dependable, that felt revolutionary. I'm learning that life isn't supposed to be one long performance. You don't have to constantly prove your worth to deserve love, or rest, or happiness. And maybe adulthood is realizing that success means nothing if you're too exhausted to enjoy your own life. At 29, I don't want to keep living like I'm being graded. I want to laugh louder, travel more slowly, romanticize ordinary days, take photos even when I don't look perfect, love people deeply without abandoning myself in the process. I want to become softer, not weaker, just softer.
Try your best, but you can't succeed. When you get what you want, but not what you need. When you feel so tired, but you can't sleep. Stuck in regrets.
So, this is my little diary entry before I turned 29. I don't have everything figured out. I still overthink. I still get scared. I still wonder if I'm doing enough sometimes. But for the first time in years, I think I'm finally learning how to live for myself too. And honestly, that might be the bravest thing I've ever done. To my future self, I hope you continue choosing peace over pressure. I hope you stop apologizing for resting. I hope you keep becoming someone your younger self would feel safe with. And if someday you watch this again, I hope you smile, knowing you finally learned that your worth was never something you had to earn. Happy 29th birthday to me. I think we're finally coming home to ourselves.